Good morning all, Les from FutureFX here. This video is going to take you through the whole process of actually getting started with FutureFX softwares. It'll take you through actually purchasing a subscription to the software, to purchasing a VPS, and downloading and installing the software onto the MetaTrader 4 platform on that VPS. Now, I do know that people new to this may get a little confused about exactly where everything goes, what a VPS is and things like that. So just first up, I've just got a quick little trendy animated video to explain how everything fits together. Alrighty, I hope that sort of explained how all the little bits and pieces fit together. If not, obviously ask me some questions. Now, we're going to start with actually purchasing your software subscription. That's obviously the first step. And you just need to go to the FutureFX website, which is futurefx.tech. Nice and simple. And it'll take you to this home page right here. Now, the website doesn't have a lot of information on it yet. It is mainly just for purchasing purposes, but you will find a certain amount of information on the different softwares and things like that. But for information on the softwares, and results and testimonies and that, you're better off looking on our Facebook page or on our Telegram channel. But from the shop page, we have a number of different purchase options. I'm not going to go through what they all are for now. Hopefully, if you've decided to purchase the software from us, then you already know what you want to purchase. If not, get in contact and we'll go through what the various different options are all about. But for purchasing, let's just say you've decided to purchase that yearly subscription of Cost Averager, which is at the moment our most popular one. You just simply click on it. And how many? You're only going to want one, but just check the Cost Averager subscription there, and then just click subscribe now. And then you obviously just put in your personal details and everything. If you've been given a promo code, for some reason I've been kind enough to give you a discount. It's not something we usually do, but we do have some specials and promotions going on now and again. Then you would just click on the promo code there. You would enter whatever the code was just there and click apply. When you click apply, then you'll see the total will go down by whatever discount that code is offering. Once here, I'm not going to go through the whole process, but once you actually fill in your details, you put in the promo code, you can then click continue. It'll just take you to the payment page where you'll enter your credit or debit card details and payment should just go through. If for any reason you have an issue with payments via credit cards, you know, sometimes, especially if it's not an Australian credit card, if it's an overseas purchase, then sometimes your bank will actually block that transaction just as a safety precaution because they don't know this website you haven't purchased here before and it's overseas. So that's most likely the most common reason that the payment may fail. To solve that, you just need to contact your bank and tell them that you want to allow this payment to go through. If you have continuing issues and you just can't do it, please just contact us and we can arrange alternate payment methods. The best way to contact if you directly to me, Les Yeoman, through whatever social media, or just contact FutureFX itself at support@futurefx.tech. Just send an email through. All right, so that's the purchase process. Once that payment goes through, you will receive 3 emails. One will just be an order confirmation. The second one will be a receipt for your payment. And the third one, and this third one may go to your spam because it does contain a link in it that takes you to a YouTube playlist with a lot of valuable information on using the softwares. Okay, so make sure you check your spam for that third email. That third email will be requesting your trading account number so that we can generate the software activation key for you. So once you reply to that email and we get the trading account number, we will then email you the software file and your software activation key. Now, the other half of that email with the playlist of videos, it'll have this video in it, but it'll also have a whole heap more about detailed information about installing, putting the software onto the charts and going through all the various different settings. There'll be a few extra videos just about the software. There'll be some advanced strategies and how to get even more out of the software, things like that. So just go through them at your leisure. But that's it for actually purchasing the products. Now I'm going to jump over to the next page and we're going to go through the process of actually setting up a VPS. Okay, VPSs, guys, as in that previous little animated video, they're just a remote computer that we install all the trading paraphernalia on, and it gives us that security. Now, there are a lot of different VPS providers. Some are specifically designed for Forex trading, and those ones will most likely come with a MT4 trading platform pre-installed on them and everything like that. Now, because there are so many different options for VPSs, and if you've done trading before, you've probably already been involved with the VPS and you have your preferred supplier and all that, just continue to use whichever one you like. But this is the one that I am actually using at the moment. And I started using this one just because I was looking for a quality VPS that was also, low price. And this is the one I came up with, but it doesn't have the MT4s pre-installed. So I'm going to go through just quickly a rough guide on how to do all that. This particular one, as you can see, is vpsdime.com. And this is the purchase page here. Now, one little thing to understand about VPS websites is that they will always advertise and they'll always have a very, very cheap one, which quite often either really isn't suitable or it tends to never be actually available. It's just good for marketing purposes. Now, in this case, they've got a $7 one, but it's a Linux model. We need a Windows VPS. So first off, with this one, you'd have to make sure it's a Windows VPS. And now we can see the cheapest model is $15 per month. Now, the cheapest one in this case is more than adequate. So that would be the one I'd select. Now, if you're using a different VPS and you're not sure whether it's suitable or not, feel free to contact us at support. If it's a VPS specifically for a Forex broker, then generally the cheapest model will be adequate. I'm currently running like 6 different MT4s and multiple different softwares on my $15 model here, so it's definitely adequate. And then obviously you just click on it. And I won't even go through the purchase process because you may not even be using the same one as me, but it's just the usual. You purchase here, you go to the cart, you enter your details, your payment details, you make payments. And no matter which VPS company you are going with, quite often they'll actually have to set it up. So it can take a few hours to maybe even a day or so before your VPS is ready. And then you will receive an email which will have your details on how to access that VPS. Now, once you do receive that email, what that email is going to contain will be an IP address for that VPS. It will have your username and your password, and that's all you will need to access it. And now, as mentioned before, the VPS is just simply a remote computer. And now we need to connect to that remote computer from our own device. And from a Windows-based computer, what we need to do is use our remote desktop connection. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's fine. If you just click on the search button for your computer and type in remote, we will find our remote desktop connection. Now, what I like to do is click on it and pin it to the taskbar. Okay, now I've already done that. So we can see I have it sitting down here. Now, if I just click on it, I'm already connected to mine, but if I just click on it, and if you haven't done it before, it will come up with something like this. So you'll need to put the IP address from your email in there. And then you'll need to click the little drop down here so that you can enter your username. Let me just put in a dodgy one. And then you can put in your username there, whatever your username may be. Then click connect. It's not going to find it because it's a dodgy one. Yeah, so you'll just put in your IP address, your username, and you'll click connect. And then another box will pop up requesting your password. You put in your password and click connect again, and then it should connect to your remote computer. Once you connect to your remote computer, it's going to come up with a desktop. Now, there'll be a desktop similar to any other desktop, similar to the one on your own computer, except that there won't be anything on it. So all of these icons won't be on it. If you've got a computer, a VPS that's specifically designed for Forex trading, then you may already have some MetaTrader 4 platforms, probably a MetaTrader 5 platform on there as well. But all these other icons I've actually added myself. So let's assume you've got a VPS with nothing on it. The first thing you need to do is download a MetaTrader 4 platform for it. The easiest way to do that is to open up the VPS's browser. So the VPS browser Okay, so the VPS's browser, it could be, you know, any number of different browsers. In this case, it's Microsoft Edge. So it's just like being on your own computer, except it's a remote one. So we'll open up the VPS's browser. And if you log into your broker account, okay, I would suggest you make sure you have a broker account before you even purchase the softwares, because you can't use it unless you have a broker account. Talk to us or somebody you know about which broker to use, because there are a lot of different options, some more suitable than others depending on where you live in the world and everything. But whichever broker you decide to go with, as in that little animated video, your broker, you pick a nice legitimate broker and someone you trust, because that's where your actual trading funds will be held. If you're using a prop firm, for example, if you don't know what that means, don't worry for now. But if you are using a prop firm, then they will provide you with a trading account when you purchase a prop firm, and that'll be the same as having a broker. But you want to log into your broker account. And in this case, I'm just going to the Pepperstone broker, and you can log into their, just log into their website and it'll come up with login details. So you want to log into, I'll just pause while I log into my broker account. Okay, guys, so I have logged into my Pepperstone broker account, and every broker's obviously got their own website, so it can be different. But in this case, I need to go to platforms. Some other brokers just may call it downloads or platforms. But once you get to there, you got to find MetaTrader 4, and you want to download MetaTrader 4 for Windows. Okay, it doesn't matter. Even if you're actually using an Apple-based computer yourself, the VPS is a Windows-based computer. So we need to download MetaTrader 4 for Windows. Okay, so you just click on that and it will download. When it finishes downloading, which shouldn't take too long, if you go to your File Explorer and to Downloads, you will find something like this. It says Pepperstone 4 Setup, or this is a different broker, FutureFX 4 Setup, but it'll be 4 Setup. Envy, this is a different broker again, but you'll need to find this file here, and you just double click on it. Sorry, double click on it to run it, and you'll just go through the process. You'll just click run, next, 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 and finished. And once it is all finished, you'll end up with the broker's icon on here. And when you open that up, it'll open up on a MetaTrader 4 platform. Now, guys, I do just want to go through one other thing that I forgot to mention earlier. Remember how we connected to the VPS via the remote desktop connection? If you're using an Apple-based product, like all Windows-based computers will already have the remote desktop connection pre-installed on that computer. If you're using an Apple-based computer, you'll actually have to go to the App Store and you'll need to download a remote desktop connection. Okay, there'll be a couple of options that doesn't matter too much, and then you'll use that to connect to the VPS. Other than that, it'll all be the same. Once you're actually on the VPS, it will be like using a Windows-based computer, because the VPS is simply another computer, just a remote one, and it is a Windows-based computer. All right, so once you have the MT4 platform opened like this, the first thing you need to do is log into your trading account. Okay, you'll need to log into your trading account. So what it may have some charts on the screen, but they might say waiting for update. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, it won't have this speed bar here. It might say invalid account or no connection, and you won't have any account numbers showing here. So the first thing you need to do is log into your trading account. Now, when you open that trading account with your broker, you will have received an email with your login details. Let's go to File up in the top left, and we'll go down to Login to Trade Account. And you'll need to put in your trading account number, the password, and the server, depending on what server they give you. Some brokers have a lot of different servers, so you'll have to make sure you know which is the correct one. And then you can just click log in. And once you've logged in, it'll come up here with the account number. If you're on the trade tab down the bottom left, it'll show you your balance and everything. And you'll have a connection number here like this, which relates to the speed of the connection. All right, so now you have your VPS and you have the MT4 platform on it. Now we need to get the software that you purchased from FutureFX onto this MT4 platform. Now I'm going to go through a little bit of maintenance here for you. So this blue bar up the top, this relates to your remote desktop connection. So you can minimize that connection or you can close that connection. If you completely close the connection, then you may have to enter your VPS login details again, unless you've clicked save, and then it will just automatically remember them. If you just minimize it, it's simply a matter of clicking on the remote desktop connection down the bottom and it will bring it back up. Okay, so what I'm going to suggest you do now is minimize it. Now you're back on your own computer. I'll get you to go to the email that you received from FutureFX that has the software file in it. You'll download that software file. Simply by clicking on it, or depending on your setup, you might have to right click and then click download. Now, depending on your computer setup, particularly if you're using an Apple product, it may be quite different to what I'm looking at here. But if you open up your File Explorer or just simply go to wherever a download would end up on your computer, and you will see the FutureFX and whatever software you've purchased. I've been playing around with a lot of people here, so there's a lot of extras here. But what it should be the file type should be EX4 file. Okay, so this is a FutureFX Trend Trader Plus software. The 18 just means I've downloaded it 18 times. You won't have the 18. Just make sure it's the EX4 file. This is a FutureFX Cost Averager file, EX4 file. So whichever one you're wanting to do, you need to copy it. So do however you copy a file, copy that, go back to your VPS by clicking on that remote desktop connection. And now this is important. This is exactly where you need to paste this file into. The top right, we click on File, then we go to Open Data Folder, and a new box will pop up. Double click on MQL4. And then we have the Experts folder here. So we're going to right click on Experts and just paste it in there. Okay, and then that will, if we come down here, we'll have the experts in the navigator panel. In the experts, maybe it's like that. You'll need to click the plus to the left of the expert advisors, and it should list all your expert advisors there. It may not show yet. If it doesn't show in there, you'll need to right click and click refresh, and then it will show up in there. If it doesn't show up in there, then maybe just go back to the expert advisors folder, through the file here, and open it up and see if it's in there. You may have accidentally pasted it into the wrong section, so just double check that. But if it has been put in the right place and you refresh, then it will definitely show up in here. Now we have some other videos that go through in more detail, how to actually get the charts open that you want and get the software onto the charts and all the settings you need to make the software work. That'll be specific to which software you're using, but they all just work similarly. So select whichever pair you want to trade on and open up that chart. Just right click on it and click chart window, and that'll open up a nice blank chart with nothing on it. And you just simply need to get the software you want to use, and you drag it across onto the chart, double click and drag, and then it will come up with all your settings and everything. And the most important thing is you need to enter your software activation key in here. And to do that, you need to double click to open up editing. I would just delete that to make sure you don't have that writing in there, and then paste in your activation key. Now that activation key will be in the same email that you found your software file in. So just minimize the remote computer, go back to that email, copy the activation key, and come back here and paste it in here. 99% of the time that will work. Okay, once you paste it in there and you click OK twice, then let me just show you this one again. If you drag the software on, put in your activation key and click OK twice, it should come up with FutureFX and the software there and have that little face on it. If that face and writing comes up quickly and then disappears, I'll go through the process again. If you do this and you enter your license code there and you click OK twice and it disappears, that means the activation key hasn't been accepted. First of all, if that happens, double check that you've copied it correctly. You haven't copied an extra space at the start or anything like that. If you're happy you've copied it correctly and this still happens, okay, and as I said, 99% of the time it will work, and I don't understand why this 1% of the time it doesn't, but if you're sure you're using the right activation key but this keeps disappearing on you, what I'll need you to do is to, on your VPS search button here, type in Notepad, and just open up a Notepad document, okay, and paste in your activation key here. So activation keys are just a big string of letters, really. So paste in your activation key there, and then highlight it and copy it from there, and then paste it into the software. So we'll drag it back on, and then we'll paste it into there, and then it works. Okay, that's something I don't understand why, but that's what happens, and that works. That fixes that slight little issue. Maybe somebody can enlighten me as to why that works, but it's a mystery to me, but that's a little workaround for it. And then you'll have the software file on the chart. Okay, you'll find another video specific to the software that will go through the settings for that software and various other details. Check out that playlist that came in that third video from FutureFX, and there'll be a lot of helpful videos in there for various different features. Okay, guys, that should be it. I hope that cleared up and got you started fine. Obviously, you can reach out to us anytime you like if you're having issues getting set up. You know, I don't want people to purchase a software and then have trouble getting it set up. If you've never done this before, I 100% expect you to probably jump on a Zoom with me to make sure you're set up properly. But yeah, so support is there. Reach out and let's make sure you've got it all up and running correctly. All right, that's it. Have a good day. Talk to you again soon.